Greek Prime Minister Antonios Samaras is in Washington. It is the first Greek visit from the Greek leader since the country got its first bailout in 2010. Samaras' visit comes as the International Monetary Fund says Greece might need another $5.8 billion in the coming months. Nathan King is live for us tonight in Washington. Nathan, what's the details?
Philip, it comes at a time, this visit by Samaras, where even though more stable, Greece faces some really hard choices. Just look at the facts. Unemployment at 27%, youth unemployment at 60%, and the country facing its sixth year of recession. But part of this trip was about saying that Greece is back open for business. Samaras met with hedge fund managers in New York before coming here to Washington and getting some welcome support from US President Barack Obama.
Not only did they fight next to each
The Greek leader smiling in the Oval Office as he heard the US president call for less austerity and more growth, something Athens has been stressing to its European partners throughout its painful economic crisis.
Dealing with the challenges that Greece faces, we cannot simply look to austerity as a strategy.
The sacrifices made by the Greek people are huge, but they're not going to be in vain. Because what we now need is development of jobs and growth.
Athens hopes that the US will stress the need for more stimulus in dealing with economic crises to European powers like Germany at the G20 summit next month.
That message has finally, I think, received a certain amount of traction in Europe. I think it's less because Obama and Jack Lew and others have been putting pressure, and more because of the changing political landscape within Europe, where you have in France, in Italy, in Spain, leaders who are putting pressure on Chancellor Merkel in Germany to ease off the brakes.
Greece is still hurting from the tough government spending cuts imposed in 2010 by the so-called Troika of the IMF, European Commission and European Central Bank. Austerity budgets have led to spiralling unemployment, GDP has fallen by 25%, and disposable income by more than 40%. Anti-austerity protests continue as the country slashes thousands of civil service jobs and raises taxes. There is, however, some good news. The country is expecting nearly 20 million tourists this year. That would be an all-time record. A new trans-Adriatic pipeline will bring natural gas from Azerbaijan, and it's set to run through Greece to Italy without going through Russia, making Greece the cornerstone for energy security policy in Europe. The $40 billion project could create jobs and bring in more investment too.
The big question, of course, for Greece, Europe and austerity now is the German elections towards the end of September. If Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, wins a third term, any new money for Greece or anyone else is expected to come with tough conditions. But remember, with so many economies facing stagnation, there is room, Philip, for some sort of new ideas to stimulate job growth, not just in Europe, but in Greece, where it's so badly needed.
I mean, you're right, Nathan. There's a lot of need there, but $300 billion has already been pumped into the economy. A lot of debt has been written off already for the country of Greece. And despite what's happening around the world, is there a sense that perhaps that the worst is over, or does Greece really need more money still?
I think there's a feeling that the worst is over. The word light at the end of the tunnel was used by President Barack Obama, the phrase, although we're definitely not there yet, given the statistics I've just read out to you. But what's interesting is Samaras was basically saying is that if this proves right and we do come back to growth after such stimulative help and haircuts on our bonds from the European Union and elsewhere, then it'll prove a success for Europe. And what he basically meant is all this talk of Greece exiting the euro and a problem of the euro ending, remember we were talking about this just 18 months ago, will have gone away. And it's also a vindication for intervention. Now remember, the US, a much bigger economy of course, put trillions of dollars of assets and stimulus into the economy. The Fed has trillions of dollars on its balance sheet, and that economy is recovering. So you can feel Greece making the comparison, if you like, to the world's biggest economy while the Prime Minister is here.
It has been an emotional roller coaster for Europe and, of course, the people of Greece. Nathan, thank you very much. We're now